Scouting bets. Week 1 already done. What a good week. Good to know. 100% COVID free. I feel like my old self. I'm not feeling all crazy. But back to football. Week 1 is over. Time to overreact. Week 1 is in the books. First, let's start off. These are week two spreads, early lines. Of course, all these lines will change, during the week. COVID, who knows? We'll get COVID, things like that. But these are some of the early lines. I took some games already, but there's going to be some early line movement. But these are the week 2 spreads, week 2 matchups. Right now, you got a Thursday night game, Giants, Washington football team, and the rest of the games for Sunday. Monday night, you got Lions, Packers. Week 1 kind of went kind of how I thought it would. 9 underdogs did win outright, which is good. I was wrong on the Bills. Shout out to the Steelers. They won an ugly game. They beat the Bills. Shout out to them. A friend of mine won like $10,000 taking the Steelers +7. Shout out to the Steelers. They won an ugly game. I don't think they can do that forever. I was wrong on the Texans-Jags. To be honest, man, the Jags, they are going to be a bad team. I'm not sold on the Texans. I'm not sold on Tyrod Taylor. The Jags, I believe, are just that bad. They left guys wide open. Their defense just couldn't do a thing. Urban Meyer looked completely lost. Trevor Lawrence, 3 interceptions. That's going to be, the week 1. I thought they'd come out with a little bit more energy, more youth, having the number 1 pick. Maybe he'd light them up. The Texans isn't really a top tier team. I'm not sold on them, on the Texans at all this year. That's why you see, Browns are -12.5, which to me makes no sense. That's a high spread for a team that just lost. The Texans are bad, but I don't think they're 12.5 point favorites bad. But yeah, a couple bad teams. Let's just start off with bad teams. Another bad team, which we were right on, the Jets. The Jets are going to be a bad team. Rookie quarterback. They lost that game to the Panthers. The Jets are going to be a bad team as usual. It seems to be like they are every single year. But take a look. Oh, another bad team that we were right on. The Giants. Giants are going to be another bad team this year. They lost to the Broncos. I believe in the Broncos. But at what cost? They lost Jerry Jeudy, one of their top wide receivers. But, I actually dropped the ball in that Broncos game. For whatever reason, I thought Drew Lock was a starter. I didn't even know Teddy was a starter, 2-glove Teddy. But he did good. That guy, he spreads the ball around. The team loves him. He gives inspirational speeches. He did good that game. Melvin Gordon ran for 100 yards. I like the Broncos. The Giants are going to be another bottom feeder team, especially in that NFC. I don't see them winning more than, 3 games or so, maybe 4 if they're lucky. A couple teams sleep on them. But bad teams, Jets, the Giants, another bad team. But in that week 1 game, I did find out some time I was COVID free by the 8th. We did hit on that Broncos Seahawks ticket. That was a good, nice little 2-teamer hit for week 1. Like I said, I'm the number 1 Carson Wentz hater. The only reason I took the Seahawks is because I don't believe in Carson Wentz. Think he's a bum. Think he's a shitty quarterback. He's overhyped. He had 1 good season. Won some money on that. So that was good. But as you know, some things did also go down week 1. Just to recap really quick before I get into these week 2s. Put in a teaser. Almost had a beautiful day looking at this ticket. Cowboys Bucks over. Bucks -1.5. Let's talk about that Bucks game. Whenever you have the Bucks and Tom Brady, you're going to pay a premium. That's why I did the teaser on that one. You're going to pay a premium. They didn't cover the spread. A lot of guys got screwed on that game. The Vegas made a lot of money because really it's almost you couldn't take the Cowboys. A lot of people took the Bucks. When I was, before I got sick, the spread was -6.5. By the time I got to the window, the spread was -9. So I'm like, you know what? Let me tease that down. The Chiefs came back in a crazy win against the Browns. That was good. But let's talk about the Packers and Aaron Rodgers just completely blowing my ticket, blowing that game. Right now, I don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what's going on with the Packers. They let Jameis Winston drop 38 points on them. Shout out to Jameis Winston. I guess, that LASIK eye surgery. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on Jameis Winston. I know it's week 1. I know it's time to overreact, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on Jameis Winston. All I needed was Aaron Rodgers to show up. And look, that would have been a nice hit on that ticket combined with the other ticket that I hit with that Broncos Seahawks ticket. But I don't know. I personally believe Aaron Rodgers didn't care. He just wanted to go home, and he just wanted to screw the Packers. That's my honest belief. Right now, I cannot trust Aaron Rodgers on any ticket. I can't put any money on them right now. I just don't trust that at all. That could have been a really, really nice hit, 450. All he needed was even just a garbage touchdown, and he couldn't do that. I just don't trust the Packers right now. They're facing the Lions. I don't know, man. Maybe right now, taking the Lions plus the points may be the way to go. I just do not trust Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Body language, everything. Seems like he just didn't care. Sold on Jameis Winston, though. I mean, no interceptions. I thought for sure he's going to throw some picks. I can tell in that game plan they don't want him to do too much. Remember, he did throw for 30 touchdowns the last time he was a starter. All he has to do is cut down on the stupid mistakes. Don't do too much. The Saints might be deadly. I like the Saints this week against the Panthers. Panthers, they looked okay. They beat the Jets. There's really no glory in beating the Jets. I like the Saints. I like their defense. I like Kamara. As long as Jameis Winston doesn't do too much, the Saints will be all right. But yeah, and then also, of course, my last ticket of the week. Like I said, I was so close to having a great day. Panthers, boom. I mean, you're facing the Jets. I'll go against the Jets all day long. This whole year, pretty much. The Jags, I was wrong on the Jags. I thought they'd be good. So, not bad for week 1. Right on a lot of games, missed a couple games just by a little bit. So I'm starting off the year down $100. I'm not worried about that. I'm not losing any sleep over $100. Got a lot of football left, a lot of games to bet on. But let's get into week 2. Week 2. What are you doing? What are you thinking for week 2? Let me get my tickets ready. Let me get organized. Where's my tickets here? Okay, so week 2. Let me just go off and just start with the games that I am putting money on. That's what you guys want to know. What are you putting your money on? It's easy to say, do this, do that. And before I get into week 2, shout out to the Eagles, man. Jalen Hurts. I was a little worried about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, but I'm sold on him too. He came out, blew out the Falcons. I know it's the Falcons, but shout out to the Eagles, Jalen Hurts. If they beat the Niners this week, I'm not touching that game. It's too early. The Niners, they're looking good. They almost blew that game, the Niners, but I like the Eagles, I think, to take that division. If they can somehow upset the Niners, Eagles are going to be really good this year. And also that Ravens game against the Raiders, that was nuts. I wish I was there on the strip, man. That game was nuts. Lamar Jackson with the fumble, but that Raiders game was insane. They have to win that game basically twice. But let me get into week 2. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on the Saints. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on Jameis Winston. I think they don't want him to do too much. He has the right supporting cast around him. The Panthers, you beat the Jets. You didn't really, it's not a quality win. Darnold, you did okay. You didn't light it up. You beat down on a team that you should have won. But give me the Saints in that game. Jameis, he threw 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. If he can keep that up, that Saints team will be deadly. I'm going to put my money on him. I got $300 to win $597, $897 to collect. I want to win some money this week, bounce back for week 2. And also, I think the Bills are going to bounce back. I know they lost an ugly game against the Steelers. Steelers have a good defense. Big Ben, he's not the best. He's old. He's slow. But the thing about Big Ben, he'll make timely plays. They won that game. But I don't see the Bills going down 0-2. this week. I think I like the Bills to bounce back against the Dolphins on the road. Division game. They can't start off this season 0-2. I think Diggs bounce back on that defense. I think Tua is going to make some mistakes in that game too. He didn't look all that good. Yeah, the Dolphins, they got a win against the Patriots. I think the Patriots, week one, a lot of teams were rusty and a lot of stupid things, a lot of fumbles at the wrong time happened in a lot of games in week one. I just think this week the Bills really focus. They fine-tune everything, and they beat the Dolphins, win that division game. I did a little two-teamer there on that one, 300 for 597. Where is my other ticket? Let me get organized again. That's the old one. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Did it fall? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, we did a two-teamer. Now, remember, just like in that Buccaneers game, with a lot of these spreads, sometimes you're paying a premium. So, once again, I did a two-teamer, and I just did a teaser for now. Little bit risky. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit worried about the Broncos because there's no Jerry Jeudy. He got hurt in that game. But the thing that I did like about the Broncos is Teddy Bridgewater, he didn't just focus on one guy like a lot of quarterbacks do. He spread that ball around a lot. And then also, he's going against the Jags. You're going against the Jags. You still got Melvin Gordon. You're going against the Jags. Urban Meyer looked completely lost defensively. Forget about the offense and all the interception and all that. Defensively, they looked completely lost. I mean, as a head coach, opening week, against the Texans, you looked completely lost. So give me the Broncos, just to win by half, basically just to win against the Jags. Jags are going to be a bad team. Once again, that looks like a team that's a 2-win team. Bounce back with the Patriots. Give me the Patriots against the Jets. Two rookies going at it. Right now, Patriots are -5. I think the last time I left the sports book, Patriots are actually -6. So a lot of people are taking the Patriots, which I don't blame them. But you never know. Jets are home. It's a division game. Two rookie quarterbacks are playing each other. But give me Belichick against a rookie quarterback all day long against a first-year head coach. Give me the Patriots all day on the teaser +1. And then, of course, we got the Chiefs. The Ravens took a tough loss against the Raiders. I don't know how they blew that game. They got that late interception after the Raiders thought they won, but then Lamar Jackson fumbled, and we all know what happened there. Basically, the Raiders beat them twice in the same night. But give me the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs look good. They were down the whole game against the Browns. I was worried the whole game. They came back, beat the Browns. Listen, the Ravens are a good team. You got Lamar Jackson. You have a good defense. Actually, I don't know, because that defense gave up some big plays against that secondary gave up some big plays. They won on a touchdown against the Ravens, that secondary. Listen, you're facing Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, all those boys. Your defense got to be rock solid and you keep up. So you tease the Chiefs at +3.5. It's going to be a tough game. You're not going to blow out the Chiefs. I don't care who you are. You're not blowing out the Chiefs. The Browns thought they were about to blow out the Chiefs, and look, they're always in a game. They're going to come back. They're healthy. I'm just doing those two tickets. If we both hit, we have a nice perfect day. You're talking a little over $900. You're going to collect a little over $1,000, but to win, little over 900. Those are my two tickets, that I'm going for. Last week we did pretty good. So close to having a big day. Wrong on the Jags. Aaron Rodgers screwed us over. But it was week one. Week one, like I said, is always dangerous. They're only down a hundo, not a big deal. Honorable mention, though. I still might do this. I'm not sure, but let's talk about the Cardinals. I love the Cardinals, man. They came out just firing in all cylinders. A lot of teams thought, oh, Titans. Something told me just because you have Julio Jones, that doesn't mean nothing. You still got to work together. You still got to gel. You still got to mold. Chandler Jones went off on them defensively with 5 sacks. Don't sleep on the Cardinals this year. I'm still looking at that game. The thing about the Vikings, though, they're a team that every now and then they show up and Dalvin Cook goes off for 200 yards, things like that. So I'm still looking, but I really, really, really want to take the Cardinals. I like Kyler Murray in that game. DeAndre Hopkins went off. I mean, Cardinals are going to be dangerous. They're going to be dangerous in that NFC. If things go right, they are going to be very, very dangerous. I'm thinking about taking the Cardinals. I haven't put any money on them yet, but I really like the Cardinals. Before we go, I'm just going to run through some of these games really quick and just tell you what I think. Thursday night games, you know how I feel about Thursday night games. I don't like to touch Thursday games. It's just very weird, those Thursday night games. It's a division game, Giants versus the Washington football team. Two bottom teams. You know how the NFC East is, or the NFC least, not the best division. Fitzmagic is hurt. Heineke's going to be the starter. Giants, oh man. If I was to go either way, I think the Washington football team gets the win at home, just because of that defense. And Heineke, he's decent, not bad. But these are two bottom teams. To be honest, this is like a flip of a coin. It could be a couple fumbles, couple interceptions. Not touching that game, but if I had to, I would take the Washington football team. You already know I'm taking the Saints. Browns are going to win that game, but I don't know about 12.5. That's a lot of points. Tyrod Taylor has something to prove. I think if I'm going to go with an underdog pick there, I think I'm going to mess with the Texans at plus 12.5. Who knows if it goes up plus 13. You tease that. You tease the Texans. That's even better. But I think they're giving the Browns too much respect on that game. Bengals, Bears. Not a fan of the Bears, but I think defensively and what the Bears have, Bengals, I think they still have a lot to figure out. They got a good win. They came back, beat the Vikings, but I think the Bears are the better team. Even though Andy Dalton, I think he's trash. I think he shouldn't be the starter. I think Justin Fields should be the starter, but still, I'll take the Bears there just because I think defensively is too much. Raiders, Steelers, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Don't really have an opinion on that one yet. I think that's another one. I'm going to have to go with the Raiders plus the points on that one. And see, I know Steelers are home, but Raiders are going to be tough this year. They kind of proved it last night. Ravens are no joke of a team. Bills, Dolphins, I'm taking the Bills. Rams, Colts. I'm the number one Carson Wentz hater. But Colts are home. That one's tough. Stafford looked good. Rams look good, man. Rams looked really good. They're going to be a playoff team. Man. Colts are home. They lost. Eventually, the Colts do have to win a game. Carson Wentz going to have a good game. That's tough, but I'm going to have to say one more time, Rams get it. Just because I think that defense... Wentz, I think against that team, he can't beat them. Niners, Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan, but I think Niners win that game. Niners almost blew their game, but I think Niners offensively and defensively might be too much. But I tell you one thing, though. If the Eagles beat the Niners, the Eagles are for real. Jalen Hurts and that team, they are for real. Devontae Smith showed you why he's a Heisman winner. Who cares about his size? He has speed. He has hands. Rager, he's finally showing out. I think, this is his second year. Eagles are deadly, man. Eagles are deadly. I need to see if they beat the Niners. I'm not touching that, but I would say Niners win that game. Broncos, Jags, give me the Broncos all day. Patriots bounce back, win against the Jets all day. Leaning towards the Cardinals, definitely. I like Kyler Murray, what they did, that defense. Leaning towards the Cardinals. Buccaneers. Thinking about the Bucs, man, the spread is always so high with the Bucs. I know the Falcons are bad, but 13, that's a lot of points. Buccaneers, I think early in the season, 13 points might be too bad. I think this may be a good game to backdoor cover, but Falcons looked really bad. They looked really, really bad. I think you're better off just teasing this down and Bucs will cover, but 13 seems like a lot of points at week 2. Titans, Seahawks. I'm going to go bold here and say the Titans bounce back on a win. I know Seahawks are home, but I think they got embarrassed. I think Titans bounce back with a win in a close one, probably by a field goal. Cowboys, Chargers, that's another tough game. I think they said this is actually the toughest matchup this week because the teams are so close. In this game, honestly, just take the over. I see a lot of points. I think Chargers squeak out another win, but I'm a little biased. I hate the Cowboys, but I just see a lot of points in that game. I'm not touching that game at all. I probably, if I were you guys, I wouldn't touch that game either. That's another game. Just like Giants football team, it's a flip of a coin. That's one game, I'm going to stay away from. Chiefs, I think Chiefs, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Come on, you don't really have to say much. I think they really just don't have enough to stop the Chiefs right now. Lions, Packers, don't trust Aaron Rodgers. Give me the with the points. With the points, give me the Lions. I have to see if Aaron Rodgers actually really cares, or maybe that was just a fluke. Week 1, or who knows? Maybe he just wants to screw them over for a game. But give me the Lions with the points. I mean, even if you tease that up to plus 17, I don't see the Packers blowing them out by 17 points. Let's be real. I just don't see it. Week 2. Let's go Saints. Let's go Bills. Let's go Broncos. Let's go Patriots. Let's go Chiefs. Drop your bets in the comment section, guys. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about these other games. Let me know what you think about the Cardinals. I don't know, because every now and then the Vikings, they show up and have these crazy games. Kirk Cousins goes off for like 4 touchdowns. But I'm thinking about taking the Cardinals too. Let me know what you think in the other games as well. Scouting bets, week 2. Let's win some money.